Hey guys, this is going to be a quick update for a customer of mine who's been waiting very patiently for this knife for quite some time. I do apologize for the wait. It normally does not take me near this long to finish and ship a knife, but unfortunately with family and work obligations, holidays, everything else, things kind of got away from me. But the knife is now finished. And there's going to be probably a second video that I'll post roughly around the same time as this one. Probably before this one, showing the first set of scales that I put on this. There was a small problem with them. And ultimately I was not happy with how they turned out. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about here for those of you who might not have seen the video, where the glue lines were showing. I accidentally roughed the scales up past the finger grooves here. You can see how I kind of carved that out to hold epoxy a little better. Went a little too far, a little too deep towards the finger grooves there, and unfortunately it was showing up on the finished knife. So I went ahead and knocked those off, put a second set of scales on, and they came out much nicer and much more acceptable. I do have a little bit of dirt here that I'll need to polish off before I send the knife, of course. And I'll go ahead and do another quick fluff and buff, polish everything up, clean it real nice. But this is a knife more or less as it will be shipped. Now, one thing I don't recall is if we had agreed on including a Firesteel holder with this one. I did not make one yet, but if you would like one, let me know. I'll go ahead and throw that on there. But this is the overall knife and the sheath. Kydex sheath, removable leather belt loop, all in black. Got a little drainage hole there, keep things dry. Eyelets at the bottom for leg ties. And any of these three can actually be used, either these two or these two, to tie this leather belt loop around if you want it to ride up a little higher on your belt or your waist. This can also be removed, again, for a large tech lock or other MOLLE compatible system that can be screwed in place, such as MOLLE straps or even clips. And one thing I'll mention, there is no retention issue. This isn't going to fall out accidentally if you're hanging upside down, as you can see. But I do like to make these sheaths just a little bit looser than I normally would, since it is a drop leg sheath and hangs off the belt. That way you're not yanking up on this belt loop, putting unnecessary wear on that from a tight retaining sheath. There's the overall blade. Needs wiped down a little bit better. Got my maker's mark down there in the corner. Kind of a ghosting effect. As well as my name and the steel type A2. And the knife is extremely comfortable in hand, bounces very well just past that first rivet. And even this little point here is extremely comfortable in a reverse grip. And I tried to eliminate any hot spots, kind of sculpted those finger grooves out a little bit. Rounded the back off. And overall very happy with how things turned out. So like I said, let me know if you want a Firesteel holder. I'll go ahead and make one real quick, throw it in with a knife. But it is essentially ready to ship upon payment received. Any questions, concerns, let me know. Send me an email. But this knife is done. And I'm probably going to retire this design after this one ships out. I know I've made at least a couple of these already, as well as the original design I've made several of. So I think I'm going to retire this one, maybe design something else in this size range. Maybe put a different handle on it, tweak the blade a little bit. But definitely a fun design, one I do enjoy making, but I think I'm going to move on to bigger, better things with this one. So that's that. Do appreciate the patience. Like I said, it's ready to ship once payment's received, and let me know if you want a steel holder. Thanks for watching.